Welcome. Today is the 3rd of June 2020. Today, ladies and gentlemen, let's understand summary. Why do we need to understand summary? In the first place, summary is one of the five aspects making the language paper at once. In addition to that, the ability to summarize is sometimes needed in life when we speak or write to people. In our lesson on summary today, we have two sets of questions to guide us through. We have questions A and we have questions B. Under questions A, we have what is summary? What is the summary passage? And what should entail your summary? Under questions B, we have how to understand a summary passage, how to find summary answers, and how to write down the answers you find. Let's start with questions A. In the first place, what is summary? Summary should be understood as the short or shortened or reduced form of a long write-up or speech. Imagine you had a passage existing with you, of which you are to read, understand, and summarize that passage. It means if that passage contained 10 sentences, your summary should contain less than 5 sentences, which means you were to go into the passage and bring out the relevant ideas only, which would form up your summary. If you were actually in a mosque, serving as an intermediary between the preacher and the congregation, if the preacher spent 4 minutes in discussing a section of the topic, you should have spent like 2 minutes. The reason being, the preacher would have been going through the scriptures, referencing the Quran, but you should not go referencing the Quran. You should bring from the preacher only the relevant ideas and give to the congregation. If the preacher went 4 minutes and you took 4 minutes, then you would waste the time of the congregation, and the whole thing would actually sound and appear boring. In order to actually practically demonstrate what we mean by summary, I actually have an excerpt here that I would like us to treat. But at this point, I would like you to understand that between you and WAEC, it is you who do the summary. WAEC sends you a passage. That is not the summary. That passage is an instrument you should use to actually justify that you have the ability to summarize what you read. So the answers that you write to give back to WAEC are exactly what we consider as the summary of the passage given you by WAEC. Ladies and gentlemen, I have here a short passage, and as well I have a summary of that passage. I would like us to go through the two so that you see how a passage and its summary actually relate and differentiate. This passage reads that many of the migrants come to the big cities with the hope of finding employment. However, because a majority of them are unskilled workers or fresh school leavers, not equipped in any way of gainful self-employment, they simply end up swelling up the ranks of the desperate unemployed in the city. That was the passage. Now listen as I read the summary of that passage. People mostly migrate to cities in order to find jobs. This could be put another way, that people mostly migrate to urban areas in order to find employment. Or employment is the main reason people migrate to urban areas. Full stop. Any of these could be a summary of that passage I read to you. That passage contains 4 sentences. But the summary I've just read to you of that passage is of a sentence. So in one sentence, we have summarized the relevant ideas in that passage of 4 sentences. So that takes us to what is a summary passage. Ladies and gentlemen, a summary passage is a collection of related ideas. Ideas that are related to the same subject of discussion. Every summary passage discusses somebody or something of existence. That thing or person is actually what we consider to be the subject matter in that passage. Every idea in the nook and cranny of that passage contributes to discussing that subject matter. So, a summary passage is a collection of related ideas. The collection was done by the writer to discuss a subject. But there is something we should understand. The ideas we have in every summary passage are categorized into 2. We have relevant ideas and irrelevant ideas in every summary passage. But I would like to pause that there as we be coming to continue that discussion of the 2 categories of ideas in every summary passage when need be. For now, what should entail your summary? When you write your summary to give back to WAEC, what should entail your summary? What are the ideas that should be in your summary? In the first place, you should understand that you will have to give WAEC mostly 6 sentences, being the summary of a passage that is of over 35 sentences. Then in your 6 sentences, you should only endeavor to put the relevant ideas that you would have extracted from the passage. So your summary should entail only the relevant ideas from the passage. Ladies and gentlemen, in the next video, as we continue, I will exactly explain how to understand a summary passage that you read. We pause it for now.